same, isn't it?
So it's this component here is the size. So the size of this, which one are you doing?
Last one.
Yeah, good. So the size is
200
millimeters, yeah.
Quantity is 75. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So for this one,
Yeah.
for the unit,
Yeah.
is it 75 litres?
Is it, sorry, which one are you doing? The brachychi or the eucalyptus hemistoma? It's 75 litre. Yeah. So it's supply 75 litre trees, including.
Oh, no, for
Yeah. So it's important that you state exactly what you're doing.
200.
So 200 ml is a smaller pot than 45. So Brian, can I just check your unit of measurement?
75 litre?
No, so your unit of measurement is number, as like this, because we're going to do supply 75 litre plants, including 5 times the eucalyptus hemastomas. There's 5, and the unit of measurement for a plant is number. Yep. And then it will be the price. Yeah. Find it?
Yeah. So what are we doing? 200 mils.
Do you need a calc?
I'm trying to in my head.
I can't do that in my head either.
Can I use this? Throw it out?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got your phone, you can use your phone.
See if I'm
Bring
smart.
mine down.
See if I'm smart. 65.
75.
You can do it on this one.
I have no idea how much that is.
That's okay. We can easily come in here and get a calculator. So what would you like to calculate?
$9.95. $9.95.
Yep.
Multiplied by 75.
Right.
$746.25 for your one. What did you do, Brian? Do you want me to check?
Yeah, 165 times 5, and I had 825.
It's like numbers and letters.
All right.
Woohoo! Good one.
Oh, did you want us to do 2? Oh, it was 2.
Yes, please,
sorry.
if you don't mind doing 2.
That's it.
Supply.
Yep. So choose 2 plants, yep.
Does it matter how many litres?
It's so the choice of plants comes from the request, what the client wants. So you need to follow that table, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just.
No, it's cool.
Okay, so. Do I do it in a separate one or?
Yes.
1.5.
Beautiful. So Brian, just make sure that you do supply of the actual literage, so what size plant it is, and then underneath, yeah, it goes however many of
That's
those.
right. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So just follow the example in red. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so supply
So, what size are we doing, Lyndall? 75?
75.
So 75 is bigger than 45 litre.
Okay. So that's okay, so how many? So the price that's for each is
Mhm.
165.
Good job.
Oh god. So that's 5 times
Let's-
165.
Let's do our calculator. How much, sorry?
5
Yep. Oh. 5.
times 165.
825.
825. Yeah,
Beautiful.
done.
Okay, this one doesn't say there's 3 different kinds, 4 to 5 different kinds of it, so which one do I use?
Is it, which one did you choose? Which
The
one?
Restringer
Radicosa.
yeah.
So there's the top one here, that's the pure one at the
Okay.
top. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
No, but I have one.
I'm impressed with the decimal. I think it's hard.
Yeah. Trying to remember how to do it. Yeah. Three fives.
35. No problem.
Five.
I will check.
12. Yeah. Monkeys.
Have a go. Okay. So it's, what is it? 995 times
75.
75. Oh. Did I get 995 times 75 equals 746 and 25 cents. I've been hitting quite well, actually, so that's really good.
46.
So how did you grab supply, 200 ml trees including 70, beautiful. No, that's excellent, Lyndall. Supply 75, trees including 5 eucalyptus hemosperma, even the spelling's right, great. 5, those, yep, perfect. And you've got your numbering system. How about you, Brian? You've got 7, 8, yep, supply, beautiful. And 5. So, yep, supply 75 litre trees including, yep, supply 200 mils trees including 75. That's it. Beautiful. It just needs a numbering system, and that's important so that when, you know, the client rings you up and questions it and says, look, quote reference BC 001/21, item number 1.4, and everyone knows, oh, okay, but that's what we're talking about. That's why that's really important to keep that numbering system clear. So that is how you do a quotation. That's really good. Do you have any questions to ask in
No.
that regard?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Makes sense.
It
Okay.
seems simple.
So you've seen what the cost for plant supply is, which is really, really good.
Mhm.
So we've been through what the request for quotation is. So do you want to have a go at describing it in your own words, Brian? What a request for quotation is in its simplest
It's
terms?
basically somebody wanting to buy something
Yeah.
and sort of fishing around, shopping around to see who's going to offer them best price.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's what the client's requirements are. It's looking for price and, you know, specific, you know, specification type things. So they're outlining exactly what they want.
Mhm.
What about a quotation, Lyndall? Are you comfortable giving
Just
me a definition?
basically the price of a supplied
Yep.
item.
Exactly.
Probably to either go, you can choose to go with the cheaper one or
Yep.
another one.
Yeah. So quotation is literally what that item costs
Yeah.
in its simplest terms.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how did you go about finding the price of these plants? Like what did you physically do? What did you have to do in order to say the Westringer fraticosa costs $9.95?
Go through how many the milliliters, is that right?
Yeah.
The milliliters of the column that was at the top.
Yeah.
And you compare it to the product of what the product is.
Yeah.
And then it'll tell you how much
Yeah.
it's individually priced.
Exactly. You went through the table
Yeah.
of the plant supplier's price list. So you went to Andreessen's Green to find what the price was. So that's the steps in providing a quotation, is finding out where that information is,
Mhm.
finding out the supplier's costs and stuff, and putting it together in a quotation.
Yeah.
So you've actually both done really well.
Mhm.
So just in terms of wrapping up, our learning outcomes for today was to be able to describe the purpose of a request for quotation and quotation, which you've both done very well.
Mhm.
We've interpreted and used that information, so we've taken the information from the plant supplier's price list
Yep.
and we've put it into our quotation, so we've
Mhm.
drawn and extracted information, which is
Mhm.
great. And you've calculated the cost. Brian, you did it in your head for some of it, which was pretty good. And we've prepared a basic quotation, so we know what a quotation looks like
Yeah.
now and how to do it.
Mhm.
Okay. If we were to have another session on it, quotations get a lot more complicated than this. This is the start. If we were to do another session, we would look at Andreessen's Green terms and conditions.
Okay.
So they look at GST, they look at price for delivery, where it's going to be delivered. They look at sort of testing quality plants and batching testing and whether it's up to standard. So there's a lot more to a quotation.
Yeah.
But we've made a start and we understand how to extract the information, which is the
Mhm.
most important bit at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think here we are. Do you have any feedback for me? Just in terms of whether or not the instructions were clear enough, or I didn't explain myself well enough, or if the documents weren't clear enough, or the process wasn't good enough.
Just your hand gestures seem to be happening a lot.
I knew you were going to say that.
But besides that, it was all pretty clear,
Yeah.
pretty simple.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I don't really have any problems except for my lack of
Calculating.
comprehension and like forgetting those couple of little things. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I found it very clear.
Yeah.
Even with your hand gestures, I didn't really pay too much attention because I'm trying to read.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, it was very easy to understand. The steps were quite explained.
Yeah. Yeah. And the idea, I think, too, of giving you guys the handout was that you have the steps to refer to should you,
Yeah.
you know, need to go back and do it again.
Mhm.
They're all quite clear.
Yeah.
They're what we did today.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a survey for you to fill out as well. But we'll do that once the video is finished. So thank you very much for coming today. I appreciate your time and all the effort you've put into helping me with this assessment. It means a lot. I'll go